What up, everybody? Welcome to Real Talks. I'm Marty O'Connor, and this is my boy,
Sonny Casebound.
The show doesn't work out. Anyways. Dude, are you alright?
No, bro, I'm not.
I mean, usually pretty steezy, but
Yeah.
you look like shit, bud.
Basically, I didn't listen to our previous 2 episodes.
Really?
Yeah. And
What happened, bud?
I got dumped. My relationship failed. I didn't maintain it. I wasn't ready to get into it in the first place. And now I'm on the heartbreak highway. Yeah.
Well, let's talk about it, man. Okay?
Yeah. And since you guys are listening, we can all talk about it.
Let's get into it, ending relationships.
Yeah.
Whether you're the one getting dumped or whether you're the one doing the dumping.
Yeah.
It's a predicament.
I want to say I've been dumped more than I've done dumping, but it is what it is.
Me for sure, 100%.
Lies,
been
bro.
dumped more.
Who in this world would ever dump you?
Not you. You better not. I could not emotionally recover from something like that.
Yeah.
It just goes to show the strength of a bromance.
It is.
True bromance.
For sure. I don't even know where to go after this. I'm like so locked in and so heartbroken. But we're going to try to get through this episode, kind of give you some keys to dealing with breakups, First things first, let's just start from the very beginning. Let's set the stage, okay? You got dumped. You're still friends on social media. You still got her number. How do you handle that situation?
Man, well, I think not all relationships are the same size.
Okay.
Same shape.
All right, fair.
They all have their own individual needs.
Okay.
Right? So are there girls that are blocked and I don't talk to, speak to, and it's kind of like Voldemort? You say their name, it's like a little nightmare that crawls into the back of your mind?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
Do you care about them?
Nah.
I'm good.
Yeah.
But for me, being an adult and, growing up a bit through this whole SCI process, like maturing, took me 3 decades, but I think I got there a little bit.
Yeah.
I think I've learned to be able to hand myself and know what I want, but also, realize that this is bringing me one step closer to that forever relationship.
Yes.
So that's like the only saving grace that's going to get you through to the next one.
Yeah.
But, for me, like, it's not necessarily about finding a rebound, but I got to stay busy. That's always been like my therapy.
Yeah.
It's like keep myself busy or keeping myself engaged or
stop looking at my hair. You keep looking at me and looking at this hair.
I mean,
you're making me self-conscious. I got band-aids, man.
I
got beat up,
all right,
bro.
What did she do to you?
Okay, so let's piggyback. Step 1 is occupy yourself with positive, productive things. Okay, as you move on from the relationship, occupy yourself with productive things. You know what I mean? Like the breakup diet's one of the best diets out there. You know what I mean? I've seen a lot of girls get dumped and they go and they just commit themselves to the gym. They come out a whole different woman, sexier, more just.
I'm gonna make him regret this decision.
Yes.
Check me out.
But that is a productive busy work. Now, my step 2 is out of sight, out of mind. I 100% subscribe to the fact that if you don't see this person, you're not you don't think about them as much. So what I would do on my social media, I don't block anybody, I don't unfriend anybody, but I mute them.
Yeah, just mute the post.
Just mute the posts, mute the stories. You know what I mean? This way it shows your ex that you're not going on your way to cut them out. Like you're not vindictive. You're not emotional about it. In fact, they don't even know because it doesn't notify them that they've been muted. All of a sudden, you're not watching their stories. All of a sudden, you're not liking their posts. All of a sudden, you have forgotten about them. And if you're kind of fiending or you want that maybe comeback or whatever, this might be the first step for that to happen if that's what's supposed to happen, but don't have that mentality it's going to come back either, just move on with your life. So out of sight, out of mind.
Let me throw this out there. So I love doing that, but I think doing that also brings up that situation where it's like, wait, why doesn't he care about me anymore?
Yeah.
And so then they'll try and check in a little bit.
Yeah.
If you aren't giving them the attention that apparently they didn't want.
Right.
But now they do because it's gone. How do you handle that situation when an ex tries to get back into your life? Or just checking in or whatever.
I 100% play it cool, but I act or I make it seem like I'm busy. Example of this. You get that, oh, hey text. you know, let's say it's a month later, and all of a sudden you're just doing your own thing and you're starting to hit a little bit, you get the, oh, hey text, right? Mm-hmm. I say, hey, what's up? I fill in an activity. That seems like something I would be doing. I'm currently filming my podcast. I'm currently getting a workout in. Oh, I'm out with so-and-so. I will text you when I get home. This shows that person you have moved on. Mm-hmm. And now I'll make time for you, but I have to make time.
I got other priorities now.
Exactly. You're no longer number one. Mm-hmm. And that's something they need to realize or feel from the jump. And it's not vindictive. It's you putting your life back together.
Piggybacking off the priorities thing, you got to prioritize yourself.
Yeah.
You got to know that you have your own best interests, and you are going to do things that are going to ultimately make you happy in the long run. You know, this life is relatively short, however long you last on this earth. But the thing is, it's like, it's so easy to fall prisoner to the moment of being in a breakup or having to end a relationship, because it's like, you just get flooded with that emotion. You know, it's like, you just succumb to the emotions that are like, man, this is like as good as it'll ever be. I don't know if I could do better. I know I can do this, that, and the other. And there's just a lot of self-doubt that falls in, you know? And I think that's more on the receiving end of things. But finding that, you know, that positive, you know, activity, that thing to like keep you busy and keep you moving. Yeah. You know, working out, like you said, it's a huge thing.
Huge.
Investing in yourself, like, and especially taking some time to yourself afterwards, because jumping in, finding a rebound, it's, you know, it's fun, it's nice, whatever.
It's a distraction though.
It's a distraction.
It's a Band-Aid, not a solution.
See what you did there.
Yeah, you see that?
See what you did there. It was nice. But, you know, it's also maybe not fair to the person that, you know, is that rebound. Like that, you know, you may not be all in, ready to give them what they're looking for. Right. But if they're just looking for being that rebound and just being that Band-Aid, there's people out there for that.
Which is okay if you're a precursor when you start talking to that person is, hey, look, this is my situation. This is the baggage I'm carrying into this relationship. Mm-hmm. If you're okay, you're open-minded, cool, let's continue. But if you're looking for more that I can't offer, then, you know, this isn't going to work out. Mm-hmm. Honesty goes a long way. You know what I mean? So if you throw out that precursor, I think after that, you carry no more relationship guilt.
Yeah. All right, man. So the Band-Aid just threw this one into my mind. So if you're the guy or the girl breaking things off, right? Do you just tear it off like a Band-Aid, or do you kind of like play it slow and cool and just, is it like death by 1,000 cuts?
I know that we have different philosophies on this. I've always told any girl that wants to break up with me, and I feel the same way if I'm breaking up with a girl too. I'd rather take the gunshot to the head than be tortured over weeks of just, are we going to break up? Because to me, that's just unfair, you know? So I'd rather just rip the Band-Aid off and just be about it. You know what I mean? I also like to put dynamite underneath that bridge sometimes, because we all know those relationships that aren't good anyways. Yeah. So sometimes I'll throw dynamite underneath the bridge and just blow it up. So there's no coming back from it. Yeah. I just need that break. I need to get away from this person, you know? So we're talking like everything I was holding back, I let that out. I light that fuse. I watch it blow up. I laugh in the flames, cry later, and I'm moving on. What about you?
Yeah, man. Again, I think every situation is different. Like my thing is, and I feel like it's relatable to a lot of people, is I'm kind of a fixer. Okay. You know, like if I'm committed to something, I'm committed to it. Like I don't like to quit, you know, and if there's something that could be worked on, I want to work on it. Okay. You know, it doesn't mean that I haven't been one to take time for myself if I need it or anything, or just stay in a bad situation. But, you know, if someone is worth it to you, you want to at least invest in the problem areas, you know? So
but here's the thing though. I think we're similar on this. Mm-hmm. Before it gets to the breakup, we've tried to like fix, patch, repair, like everything to keep that car moving. Yeah. But we're at the point now where it's a complete lemon. The tires are flat. I mean, the air conditioner doesn't work. It needs an oil. The car needs to be blown up, dude. Done. Right? So at that point, how do you go about the breakup?
You have to just rip it off like a Band-Aid. But you have to be confident in that decision, because if you do it and then you regret it and try and bring them back, you're like, what the hell are you doing, man?
Now you're just playing with their
it's like if you were ready to just throw that dynamite under the bridge but not hit, you know, detonate yet, you know, it's like that's even worse. And it's just, I think there's something to be said for working on your relationship when it needs to be, or making excuses for a relationship that shouldn't be. You know, it's a bad situation that, you know, I think without all the advice that we gave you in the last 2 episodes about communicating, being ready for a relationship, all those things are just going to just play into, they're going to be the dynamite.
Let's get into the details. How are you breaking up? Like, are you calling that person? Are you texting that person? Are you inviting them out to coffee? What is your, obviously every relationship is situational, but if you had like your ideal choice of handling it, how would it go down?
Yeah, well, I think depending on how long and serious the relationship has been, you know, if it's someone you go out with 1 or 2 times, and, you know,
a text is fine.
But mama didn't raise no bitch, so I'm doing that shit face to face.
All right.
You know, like I'm getting in front and having a adult conversation.
Okay.
You know, airing it out. The phone's okay.
That's very ballsy of you, by the way.
Or FaceTime. I mean, you got to own it, you know, and not like you want to sit there and see the tears rolling down their face.
That crushes me every time.
Yeah. I mean, or maybe not tears. Maybe they have a weapon they're hiding ready to.
Yeah.
I'm very vulnerable, you know.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. That's what I was thinking. I'm like, you're very polished. She might choke you out.
You know?
But how long after you break up with that person is it okay for your friend to come in and maybe talk to her?
Never. Never.
Damn it.
Tips for life.
Damn it. Okay.
No.
Just checking.
Oh, I see where you're going with that one.
Yeah.
No, man, you know, I think there's a bro code that,
Absolutely.
you know, you got to stick to.
Yeah.
And again, depending on the severity of the relationship, like how serious was it? And, you know, what's your personality type? I mean, if you boys got to understand like that, but I don't know. I'm like too territorial for that.
Yeah, I can't picture
open season on that.
I couldn't picture a situation where I'd be like, yeah, go ahead. Like, fair game. I couldn't picture, even years after a dating and maybe I'm even dating somebody else, I couldn't look back and be like, oh yeah, go for it. Yeah. So, I mean, there's certain ones where there wasn't a lot of feelings and it was quick, short, and fun. And yeah, why not? Mm-hmm. Maybe you guys would probably hit it off. And like, I know you really well. I know her somewhat. It's like, cool. But I think after certain emotions and saliva and other juices have been swapped, I just can't, you know, I can't do it. No.
Oh, that's brutal.
Yeah.
One thing that comes to mind that I know we could both relate to, we've been in this situation, is our disability being the issue with the other person.
Yeah.
You know, being something that they couldn't handle.
100%. Yeah.
How is that something that you took emotionally, and how were you able to get over the hump to put yourself back out there again?
Emotionally, in the beginning, I was frustrated because I kept playing the what if game. God, if I wasn't in this chair, we would be getting married and having 10 kids, you know, and like it was that what if, you know, and what I quickly realized is that what we think, we can turn a very small thing into a lot bigger thing. You know, we can make a little mouse into a monster just by our own personal thinking, you know. It's always worse in your mind than it is in reality. And what I did was I was very honest with myself, but I went to people who I could trust their honesty as well. Like, you know, because there's always people around you that are never going to tell you how they feel about your relationship while you're in it, out of respect, and they don't want to cause a divide, because we're always going to probably choose our significant other, especially if we're fighting for that relationship, you know. But afterwards, I've had close family and friends come to me like, you know what, she wasn't the right fit for you regardless of your situation. And that's going to be 99.9% of what you realize, wheelchair or not. If she can't see past this, especially guys that are independent as we are, then how is she going to be a good mother? You know what I mean? How is she going to really support you in the long run? Because everybody, regardless of disability or not, we're all going to have moments where we need someone to take care of us.
Yeah, I think, you know, it takes someone with a lot of maturity, emotional, and, you know, mental toughness to handle our situations, you know, because it does get tough at times. Yeah. But when that is the, you know, the last straw and something that someone can't, you know, deal with anymore, you have to understand that that's not on you. Yeah. And that's not what you're looking for in a person. You don't want to make excuses for someone who can, you know, love you for the fun times and the good times. Right. You need someone who's be there for the tough shit, because those times are coming whether they've been here or not. Yeah. You know, maybe your relationship was just thriving in the honeymoon phase. Maybe once you hit that actual, you know, tough stuff, like things got real, and, you know, some people can't handle that, and that's okay. Yeah. You know, it's okay. And I say that, but it's something that I struggled with personally, you know. Absolutely. I think especially coming into my injury, having been dating somebody, you know, for however many years, being able-bodied, and then breaking up with someone, kind of seeing them worn out from my situation.
Did you see, like, I've been in relationships where I could see the despair on their face.
Yeah.
Like it was a slow trickle, but then there was one moment where I could see it on her face, like she's over it.
Yeah.
She's done.
It's that Zach Brown song. She has goodbye in her eyes, dude.
100, like, and I felt it. And the minute we said goodbye, I was like, it is over.
That kiss was no longer magnetic. It was
Nope.
just like, who are you? Like, it's not there anymore.
No.
You know, and it's something you can tell. And it sucks. It sucks. And, you know, you have to go through the whole grieving process. We have a episode all about that you can check out.
Yeah.
You know, but you have to understand it's not your fault. And that's the big thing about getting yourself into a place where you're okay in your own skin. You're confident enough to put yourself out there in a relationship,
Right.
because not all relationships work. All you need is one.
Yep.
All you need is one. And they may not work out. And it's real easy to point the finger or look at the person in the mirror and just say, you know, you're worthless. You know, you're not, you know, worthy of love. You can't, you know, facilitate a relationship. You're not, you know, the physical or sexual person you thought you could be, you know, all those things. But, you know, there's people out there that genuinely love you. Like,
Right.
and, you know, I'd love to get, you know, some feedback from, you know, the people out there, the wags, you know, the people that are in these relationships that make it work. And like, what was the key difference, you know? Like, what are those things that, you know, make that strength in a relationship to deal with?
Yeah.
Dickheads like you.
You know, I'm still trying to figure that out. But
Yeah.
I think one thing too, as you're breaking off with this person, don't go down that valley of blaming yourself, but also watch what triggers you. You know what I mean? Like, I know when I'm dealing with a breakup, the last thing I'm going to do is consume any kind of alcohol.
Yeah.
Because then it's going to make me weak. When I'm sober, I'm strong. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can convince myself not to call that person, or I could, don't look at her feed, dude. Don't do that to yourself. But the minute I get a little bit loose, all of a sudden I'm like, all right, well, one text won't hurt.
Right.
But that one text, what that does is your healing clock starts it over again. Because once it's out of sight, out of mind, your healing clock starts. And each day, even though it hurts a little less and a little less and a little less. But you're 3 weeks down the road and you're like, all right, well, I'm time to go out with my buddies, right? And the night didn't go out the way you wanted it to. Now you get home and you're a little bit buzzed. One text won't hurt. Boom, clock starts back over because you're not going to get the desired response.
Yeah.
She's not going to text me, oh, I was just thinking about you. No. 9 times out of 10, she's not going to respond. Then she's going to text me more, are you okay? You know, still kick rocks, but, you know, and you're going to feel like a piece of crap because you did that.
And you're clinging on to a false sense of hope that it could still work out.
Right.
And it's like, if someone's not fighting for you, dude, they don't deserve you.
Oh,
You
God,
know?
100%.
Not at all. And so that's something to keep your eyes open to. Like, how can you see a relationship coming to an end?
Yeah.
You know, is there anything that you've noticed, like that goodbye in the eyes? Is there anything that you could see, like, are kind of red flags for, you know, maybe this isn't the right one?
Yeah. I think I've always felt at certain moments in time that there's something about this that doesn't feel right. You know, but there was so much good that it outweighed it. And I was like, well, maybe we can work through this, that, or the other. But it also comes to this point of acceptance. Like, you can't change who that person is. There's things about you can't change. You need to accept as well. When you come to that acceptance and you just realize that, like, you know, what's meant to be is meant to be. You know what I mean? Like, we all fight for good relationships, but at the end of the day, like, those really solid relationships we have, they seem to kind of just work. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, they're not so much effort, you know, they don't cause so much pain, you know, they just naturally flow, and you're in a relationship with a best friend, you know, which has peaks and valleys, ebbs and flows, you know, but they're effortless.
Yeah, man. Relationships are hard.
Got you really thinking
Just
today,
going
don't
down, you know, memory lane.
Yeah.
Just thinking about all those bad times.
Yeah, I know.
But then I think about the good times with
yeah,
you.
yeah.
You know?
This is forever.
It should, you know, it shouldn't be hard. It should be easy.
It should be easy.
You know, and you should stand up for yourself.
Yeah.
You know?
And if you can't stand on your own, I think we have something that will help you stand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like our handy dandy.
Easy frame.
It's a good stand.
Now, if you're sitting at home, sitting keyword, get yourself one of these.
Yeah. You know, there was a kid who reached out recently on his family's behalf, and you know, he had a brain injury and needed to get an easy stand. You know, that was like a big part of getting the kids' therapy going, especially during these times with gyms closed down and whatnot. Like, it's a big deal.
Yeah.
You know, like, talk to your doctor about getting one prescribed. You could do it through insurance.
Yeah.
Potentially, you know, you just got to find people to advocate for you.
Yeah.
And there's so many good benefits, and we can't say enough about Easy Stand. We love them.
And if you want more details, you can always contact us, DM us on Will Talks. on Instagram, Facebook. Our personal accounts are linked there too. So if you want to talk to us personally, go for it. Don't be shy.
We'll put you in touch with the right people, get you all set up. Good people over there. Get you standing again.
Closing this out though, I got 2 questions for you. What was the worst breakup, the way you handled it? And what was the worst way, like what I'm trying to say is how, you could have broken up with this person better and vice versa. They could have ended it better with you.
God. Which one to choose from?
Yeah.
I think the one that I handled the worst was just living in that state of denial where I couldn't accept it.
Yeah.
You know, I wanted to fight for it. I wanted to fix it, but I couldn't realize, you know, that it was over.
Yeah.
You know, and it was tough.
Yeah.
It was really tough. And you want to make all the changes now. You want to change this. You want to change that.
Yeah.
But it's like, dude, where were you when those changes could have taken place?
Right.
And would that have even been a difference, you know?
Yeah.
Because there are things that could be communicated that you change together, you know? But I think just, again, trying to cling on to something and hold on to something that's not there anymore is the worst thing you could do.
Yeah.
You know, or just making excuses for someone and not breaking things off.
Yeah.
You know, that's also a tough situation.
Yeah.
What about you?
There's 2 instances that come up in my mind. I once dated this girl after my SEI, and I just made a bunch of excuses for her because I felt like we were both broken. But long story short, this girl was cheating on me. She was using me for money for her gym membership. I was taking her back and forth to school. You know, I was doing my part, you know, and everybody around me was like, dude, you're getting ran over, you know?
I wish I could have been there for you.
It was bad, but
I'd have played some defense, box that chick out
I learned so much from that situation because you get through it and it hurts and you try to fix and pull and do this, that, and the other. And at the end of the day, though, I realized I'll never let somebody treat me like that again. So it was one of those kind of it broke me, but it made me stronger.
For sure.
And I think the worst way I handled a breakup was in high school. I had a high school sweetheart that I dated from sophomore year all the way to in high school. And when I was graduating, I just felt the pressure that I was leaving to go away to college. And I felt pressure from my family. I felt pressure from her. And I didn't handle it well, you know, and our goodbye was sour. You know, it was a very just awkward, not good goodbye. And the minute my plane landed in college, I couldn't stop thinking about it and her, you know? And I tried to hold on as tight as I could, but within a couple months, she was already dating somebody else. Yeah. I came back for Thanksgiving and I wanted to go see her right away. And I got stonewalled and I was like, how can you move on so fast? Well, the reason was because I was such a dick and it was easy for her to move on, you know? So I regretted that. So if you're doing the breakup, do it honestly, but also do it with compassion. If you're the one getting broken up with, allow yourself time because that silver lining will show itself eventually. But watch for triggers. Give yourself out of sight, out of mind, and give yourself time and breathe and fill it with productive activities, and you'll get through it faster than you think.
And you can avoid all these situations too by getting yourself ready to date. You know, making sure you're in the right mindset, make sure you're confident in your own skin, knowing your non-negotiables, and being ready to put into a relationship what's necessary, you know, for success. And if you don't do that, it's, you know, failing to prepare is preparing to fail.
Yeah, I mean, you're just setting yourself up for failure. You're just going to crash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Crash we can't get another wheelchair. I mean, it's already crashed. I mean, you're looking like you went through a little crash recently, but
yeah, you know,
you're still here. You're still alive.
Yeah, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger.
Get a little bit stronger.
I love relationships. I don't think every relationship, like you said, is made to succeed. If I feel like eventually when I find that person, I'm gonna look back on all these stepping stones, and I don't mean to call ex-girlfriends stepping stones, but they didn't work out. We're not together,
right?
You know, and I still feel like sometimes if you break up and you do it with integrity and morals and character, you just never know what could happen in the future. Don't put it out there like that, but honestly, I mean, I still feel like, man, there might be somebody from my past that pops up one day too. You know, that I had a clean breakup with, or we just grew up and matured and we're ready for each other now.
Watch out for that one.
Yeah. That one, I'm curious about that one. You know, I think about that from time to time. But, you know, 5 of my ex-girlfriends blocked me on Instagram. They even blocked my other Instagram account, Charon Sunny, which has like 70 followers. I'm like, who goes that far to block that one, you know? But it is what it is.
I don't know what you did, brother, but you did some.
I know what I did, but I'm not going to talk about it.
They all just, make sure they're not all just following you on shadow accounts.
Yeah, they got some burner accounts. Yeah,
oh yeah, I'm sure.
Some trolls out there.
Asking friends to look at your stuff.
Yeah. But anyways, we love you guys. Mm-hmm. We hope this 3-part series helped you. If you guys have anything else that's burning inside or want to talk about it, get it off your chest, go ahead and throw us some questions. Yeah. We'd love to answer that on one of our podcasts in the future. Yeah, I want to hear your breakup story. Tell us your most ridiculous breakup. Ask us some questions on things that maybe we missed. We're here for you. You know, we want the whole wheel world to roll together. Yeah. When we roll one, baby. Yeah, we're really tight with you guys, so let us know. Oh, that was really sweet. It was, what? Yeah. Wheelie. Well, we're always here, to entertain, empower, and keep it wheel. Or empower, entertain, keep it wheel. You know how we do it. We'll see you guys next time. Check you later.